So you can't really see a whole heck of a lot. But I am sitting on the edge of this field over here. And we have coyotes out the last couple of nights. So I'm waiting for their return because we have pups and we need to get rid of them before they start taking out lambs and calves. And we've already lost 3 calves this last week. So I had an idea that I want to talk to you about. And this has been in the works for a little while. Last month, I went to go help my family with castrations and brandings. And that lasted a couple weeks. And I actually missed a visit from Red Dirt Farms because they came out to see me and to pick up a trailer. And I was on my way to my dad's. So, as you know, I am terrified of the vegans, and I am terrified of having them show up on my land and ending up having to employ castle law, because I would. And just like I'm sitting here right now with a shotgun and a rifle, and the dogs sleeping in the back, waiting to get tossed out of the truck to go chase, I would definitely chase the vegans too, just like I would the coyotes. Because if you're on my land and you're threatening my livestock, then you're a threat to both my animals and my income. And oh, I think Darren's on his way up here. And then you are a threat to my life. So I think I came up with a solution, and I'm probably gonna do some videotaping tomorrow. But I was offered a piece of land that is basically a reclamation project. It is 15 acres. It's an old quarry pond and a junkyard that was owned by some old hippie. And it is really, really damaged. This guy used to do aluminum smelting. He would take cans that he would find at bars and stuff, and he would melt them down into ingots so he could take them down to the recyclers instead of just taking the cans down. I don't understand the point. And so he did that everywhere, and there's junked cars and trucks and things laying around all over the place. And because people have talked to me online about how I must be so lucky to do what I do, and I must have lots of money to do what I do, therefore, I'm an elitist, and I don't know what real life is about, and I'm just blowing shit. Well, I bought this 12-acre property for $37,000. Let me say that again. I'm in Northeast Ohio, and this past month, I bought a 12-acre wooded property on the edge of a quarry mine for $37,000. And I think that we're going to rehab that property over the next couple of years. We're going to run some animals on it. We're going to take the space where the pole barn used to be in the yard, and we're going to turn it into some hugel culture. And this is where we will raise some herbs for medicine for our animals. And we're going to bring some animals on this space. We're going to fence it in. We're going to make it productive. We're going to make it useful, and we're going to reclaim it. And I don't have a problem showing you this. I just don't want to show you this beautiful place where I keep all of my livestock because quite frankly, I have worries about militant activists showing up at my place and causing problems, and I'm just not willing to deal with it. But I am willing to deal with finding a fresh, rundown dump of a property and showing you what you can do with it, showing you how to reclaim it, showing you how to go to a livestock auction, buy a bottle calf, raise a bottle calf, raise your own meat, show you some plants, at least in my region of the country, that you can use for animal feed. For instance, this property is taken over in several areas by multiflora roses. And the great thing about multiflora roses for especially goats and sheep, because they'll eat anything, is that this is 17% protein. And it's high fat. And it draws minerals out of the soil. So even though this is a noxious weed and it's thorny and it's a pain in the ass to deal with, this is something that you can use on rotational pasture when you're first starting out to give your animals a high protein diet without even having to buy feed. And so these are the kinds of things that I think that we can work on moving forward so that I can actually show you what I do and why I do it and how I saved my life doing it. So we've got an overcast night tonight in Northeast Ohio. Straight ahead where that horizon line is, there's a nearly full moon behind that cloud cover. And I'm going to sit here for another 2 or 3 hours with my dogs and wait for the coyotes to come out and see what I can kill. So, in the meanwhile, hold on tight. Here we go. Oh, and by the way, I have not forgotten about my depredation list from this last winter. It's just been a wild winter. And so I haven't had time to get to that yet, but we will get to it shortly. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.